Okay, so let's start right now. Um, so some faces we already met. So I think you're pretty familiar. Same structure, but we do have some new students. So I will go for again. Welcome to our 340 database. Okay, so let me introduce myself again. Okay, for some new students. So I'm Yoga Jung, and you can call me Yoga. Okay, so you feel free to send me an email. It's right here. Okay. Also, my email will be, I will attach the email in all the slides. So the last page. Okay. So if you, better to send me an email and make an appointment if you want to. Also, you're welcome to have a Zoom meeting like anytime. Yeah, I try my best to help you, like no matter like debugging, programming, any, or if you have any question about be looking for a job or something else. Okay, you feel free to ask me if I can help you and share my experience. Okay, and well, now because I in this semester because my schedule is slightly tight and busy, so probably I'm not maybe in the office, so try to make an appointment. Okay, yeah. So I wish I can help you. And okay, more background again, back on myself. So I have my undergraduate in Hong Kong. Yeah, it's a CS related CS. And then I came here for my master. And I worked for several years as a senior web developer and then engineer, software engineer, yeah, something like that, and then full stack developer like this. Okay, and then I come back to, because I graduated from East Texas A&M, so same school as you, and yeah, I have keep in contact with the faculty members, and after I worked for several years, I go back. I went back actually 1 or 2, should be 2 years ago. So I working as a teaching assistant. So I helping for the graduate student. Okay, and then something happened. Okay, so that's why I changed to be an instructor here. Start from last year. So actually also I came here from last year too. Yeah, so pretty new. And since I'm not really a traditional like instructor, like professor teaching in the campus, so I have lots of flexibility. Okay, and for about this course, we are talking database, but here one thing, because like when we go through all the lectures, I hate, yes, I can. I don't like to memorize things. Like force you to memorize all the words, every word by word or sentence. Okay, so I encourage students like learning something really practical, or I want to teach you something like you can apply if you're looking for a job. I don't know if you want to be a software engineer or web developer, or like if you want to have your own startup, like entrepreneurship related to like all this tech related, or later if you want to work something related to AI. Okay, especially AI. Okay, anything related to data. Okay, so not only memorize. Yeah, because all the lecture or like we talk about, especially for database. Okay, slightly outdated, but it's important because like when we learn database, it's called a relational database, right? So you know what's a relational? So all the tables, so we're looking for data relation. They do have relationship between them. Okay, if we have a customer, we have an order, so we have transactions, so all this, how can we make in relation? And then nowadays, most of the data format we're using NoSQL. Yeah, because I talked about the web programming, I mentioned about this, and then lots of website. Okay, so we are using maybe MongoDB. Okay, for skill. So all this will be like in NoSQL because we talk the format in like document. Okay, so it's another term. So if you want, not only for this course, of course, we will using the MySQL. Okay, so you need to download app, and then you do have lots of assignment. Okay, easy question. Okay, so most of the this question is like for database, and maybe I'll give you a question. Okay, please choose what kind of information from the database. Then you just need to run the SQL. Okay, so we call the SQL. Okay, so it's a query. So how can we retrieve the data from the database? Okay, and how can we create the table, delete the table? Okay, insert some data. Okay, and it can have different way to joining the tables. That's what you're going to learn. Okay. And of course, nowadays, I say in the industry, lots of company, okay, still using relational database. That's why you need to learn. Okay, but when lots of company now they maybe switch to NoSQL, they also need to learn. So if all of you are okay, then maybe I will add NoSQL maybe in the last like few lectures. And then you can at least like have something new combined together. So I prepare something extra more. So if you're okay, then slightly more workload, then you can learn something related to NoSQL. And also doing something like query, like retrieve data. Okay, so combine two things together. So that's what I want to change a little bit for this lecture. So are you okay? Okay, good. Okay. Then of course, like I will talk about some like SQL right here. So of course you'll know how to install it, and then some like relationship between different tables, some entities. Okay, and then later you'll know what's the when we create a database. Okay, when we create database, like we always need to know. Okay, for maybe let's say they want to build e-commerce. Okay, for e-commerce, so you need to think about, okay, what kind of data you have to store, right? So let's say we have a customer, okay, and then how about even for customers, sometimes we have the guest check out. Yes, yeah, maybe some web profile somehow. Then how are you going to store those data? Okay, are you going to put them together in single table? Then if you put them into single table, how can you store those what kind of data you need to save? Okay, let's say you maybe have an account like login. Okay, so are you allow login using email? So or like using username, phone numbers? So how can you handle all these different data? How about password? Okay, password, and then I'm going to encrypt the password, something like this. Okay, so all this we're going to save it, and then maybe the user profile. Okay, maybe are you putting the full name, or are you split them like break down to like first name, middle name, last name? Okay, maybe how about address? Okay, address. Are you going to save the address just like if you have some idea when you input your address like for social platform, how do they show up, like you know the form, like if you need to let's say register an account, open an account. Okay, so you have certain information, right? And then for the address that part, how they ask you to input
Address 1, address
2. Okay,
and the zip code, the
Zip code,
state, where you're
state.
at.
Okay, so how about the address 2? Is it compulsory, optional?
That's optional.
Optional. Oh, okay. So there's some reason why there's an address 2, right? Okay. So if your e-commerce, let's say your e-shop, okay, it's international, for international, then you know there's some location, or like, let's say Hong Kong, because I'm from Hong Kong, we don't have zip code. Okay, so is it zip code is necessary? Then you need to think about that, or ask your customer. Okay, so do we need that kind of information, or like is it necessary to input? Okay, so that's why we need to know that kind of business, or like the model, like business model, then we can design. Okay, of course, go back to the keep moving forward, so you learn all this. As what I say, because you will see the textbook. To me, not necessary. Okay, so optional. Okay, so if you really need a textbook, I love to read a book. Okay, you're welcome. Feel free to buy it, borrow it. Okay, but in the lecture, you're not required to purchase it. Okay, okay, because everything will be available online. Okay, I always recommend once the W3 school, like you can find everything over there. Okay, and then you can watch YouTube, wherever. Okay, so I always encourage students to learn something online. Okay, by yourself. Okay, looking for something new, and about the assignment, so mainly I will give you some database. So that's why one of software you need to download is the MySQL workbench. Okay, so you need to download it, and then install those like database. Okay, so you can like doing some certain query. Okay, and when you submit the assignment, so mainly you need to submit your SQL file, and also make a screenshot like what's the result. Then it's pretty okay. And also that's a project, so I'll let you know earlier, and then you can form the group together, work together. And I try to maybe, because we have around like 3 to 4 months. So later, after you form a group, so I will open on D2L and give me a topic. Okay, so basically what kind of business you want to do, okay, or like what kind of database you want to create. Let's say e-commerce, okay, e-commerce, maybe buying something. I use Pokemon, I don't know, like Pokemon is selling Pokemon cards. I know last 4 semester there's a group of students like for my web programming, they create a website, okay, to put in the Pokemon stuff, okay, like that. Okay, so you can do that and let me know. And I try to break it into like 3 phases. Like first one, give me a title or some like background information, okay, and then part 2, you can like give me some design, okay. So when you're learning, you draw some the ER diagram, okay, so structure, and then later last part will be the design. But here's a question, depends on you. I can break down part as a presentation. Do you like doing presentation or not? Okay, if no presentation, just submit the final document, like screenshot, and then your SQL, all these files, and then that's it. Okay, so if say, oh, I really love doing presentation, I want to do that, and I can try to arrange the time. But actually pretty much, because I checked the schedule, should be after Thanksgiving, there would be final, and that's it. So I try to did it for my last year. So I let the student come back after the Thanksgiving week. Let's suppose it will be the reading week, like it's a break, so we come back to doing presentation. So that's what I let them to do that. But you need to spend extra time to come back. I also have to come back, but depends on you if you want to do presentation or not. Okay, and or if you want, you can like make a short video and upload it. So also can be an alternative. Okay, as a quiz and final exam, you see it took really low percentage. Okay, and everything will be online. I will let you know, and then you have a week to complete all those like quizzes or the final exam. Okay, so you do have time. And when you submit it, in case something happened, okay, let me know earlier. Say I cannot submit the assignment on time, then I always give you extra time. I always extend it. Okay, and just let me know earlier. But if really late after I release, then have a late deduction to follow. But I will try my best like to let you submit, because I appreciate your work hard. Okay, if there's some student like it happened last year, like last 2 semester, so they try to submit all their assignment in the last week. Okay, all the assignments. So I did that, but I try my best to grade it, because I don't like to fail student. So when I tell you, if some of you taking my courses before or no, my final exam, okay, so that's one question really high rate. Okay, so it's almost like 50%. So really simple question, because to me, 50% of the final grade or 60% of that paper is the same, right? It's F. Okay, so no huge difference. So that's why. And mainly is the because I'm not taking any like attendance. Okay, no textbook, so feel free. That's what I believe. Like if you are really interested, you have multiple ways to learn, but I will try my best like, to share something like updated, new to you, and just helping you to work on some like more practical. Okay, and then back to the discussion. Any questions? Okay, yeah, because as what I say, because you will see the one announcement about the format of the class, right? So for my web programming, so we already decided. So because I'm driving 3 hours from here come to here, so we decided for my earlier class web programming. So we're doing kind of like Thursday no meeting. So because all this, you will see the Zoom link, right? So all the videos I will record it. Okay, for the lecture part, I'll record it so you can watch it later anytime. Okay, and so for my work programming, so we are not meeting on Thursday, so you can watch the video anytime. So I will record all the lecture. Okay, and for that one, like Tuesday, we try to make some time. If we need to like have some technical things need to ask, then we can meet. So I maybe like I can make an announcement or let me know. And most of the time, welcome. So we can set up the Zoom meeting. Okay, if I do have a time, like even Saturday, if I can do that, yeah. And if you want to meeting as a group, like helping solving same problem, so I can do that too. So I know some that because I knew some few phases, so I would like to know like if you're okay doing it this way, then we can like keep it the same for all my other courses too. Yeah, okay, no other question? Or somebody have no idea about what I'm talking, then you can ask. Okay,
Who was it in web development?
I think there's someone, yes.
Okay, basically,
Yes,
this class is gonna be kind of hybrid, so, Tuesday, if we need to, we'll come in class, and then everything else, Thursday and going on, will be online. There will be a Discord, so if you wanna contact anybody else, I'll throw it at the end of class, but that's just for our kids.
Okay, so if all good, then I will just doing it this way. Okay, yeah. If then I can come here helping you because since this room is available, like in this time, if you come, you can stay here. Yeah. And mainly if then this go pretty fast, right? So here's one thing that you can go to the website here is the MySQL. So if you search like MySQL Workbench, and you can download it, you can choose like which platform you're using. Mine is the Mac, and then you can if on the Windows, you can choose Windows. Okay, and if because for some web programming, you may be I told you maybe you work on the you want the Linux system. Okay, so if you want to try to using the Linux system, so also we can try. But I would recommend you like to using the command line, like instead of using the GUI. To know what the difference is, right? But of course, like for assignment, most of the part we are using the workbench would be you can work with the GUI, and then you can put the SQL. Okay. But if you want to learn, then I can recommend you, and I can try to give you a little bit bonus if you like showing me like using the terminal and then to connect to the database. Because I know like you have different. Some of you maybe only I want to take this course and that's it, or some I really want to be a software engineer, like professional, like maybe web developer. So also I think some of you pick up faster, some need more time. Okay, so if you think you can do more, get more like bonus point, yes, you're feel free to do that. Okay, so yeah, because my SQL database is only one, so I cannot. Because for web programming, we do have different firmware language you can choose. So that's why I always encourage if you want to use something else, you can. But for database, I think only one, so you can actually others. And other one, NoSQL, so you can use the MongoDB. Okay. If you're all interested, then I think there are some students have some advantage. Most of you, if you're learning web programming, you will know. So that's why I will cover a little bit more or overlap. Okay, if those like who are not taking web programming, then I can teach a little bit more about this, like MongoDB. Okay, and you can install it, but this one is not strict for like downloading. You need to have some command line, so it takes some time in different system, Mac OS or Windows system. Okay, but later I try to keep this part like maybe kind of like in the last few weeks of semester because I try to put it as an extra like that because I don't want to like to only learning the relational database. Okay, really quickly, yeah, because all of them already know the whole structure. So any other special question you want to ask? Yeah, because for today we have no lecture. Yeah, so
Your operating after this one Google class might be the same for that one too.
yes, yeah. So for that one, even no lab. So yeah, if you want to come, because I received some student email. I'm not sure because I also they want to like because I'm pretty late right for OS. Still far away. Yeah. So that's why I maybe try to like really try my best to change to hybrid or like online. So we don't have to stay. Okay. Any other questions? No. Okay. Yeah, because we have no. Yeah, normally I will do like lab on Tuesday, yeah, so and then lecture on Thursday, but I'll try to upload all the videos, yeah. If you have no other question, and then that's it, yeah, we have no lecture for today. Okay.
I'll drop my phone, or scan the QR code for the discussion. There's a separate Discord from the
Okay.
one and.
I do have a quick question.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Okay,
Like,
so
videos.
That's good.
Uh,